We have moved into the music hall. Nicole Sandler at KSCA FM 101.9, and I'm looking at an old friend, known to many listeners as half of the former Toy Matinee. Kevin Gilbert is here.
Half of the former Toy Matinee.
Well, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly right.
You've just released your first solo album, Thud, and that's
Yes.
also the name of your band.
Mm-hmm.
Why Thud?
Thud was the sound that when I was working on the record, the gear I was working on in my studio was this really old, clunky, like equipment from the '70s, and almost everything I did on it went thud, thud, thud. So I had that word written on the board because after a while I stopped fighting it and went, okay, my record's going to sound really thuddy. So that's what it is.
So do you think the record sounds thuddy?
Yeah, it's got a big old fat, low end kind of chunky, thuddish quality to it.
Okay, although the first track on the album really doesn't have that
No.
sound. That's more light and breezy and kind
Light
of
and airy and
light and airy. Why don't you do that one for us now so listeners might recognize it, because we have played that one a bit here on
Okay.
FM 101.9. It's Kevin Gilbert in the Music Hall.
3. I've been thinking about this for the last 3 days. I don't think that I'm deluding myself. I don't think that this is just a phase. And I don't mean to shock you. I hope that I'm not rushing in. But I think that this is kind of important. And I don't know exactly where to begin. My whole life has been a constant ailment. You can provide a simple remedy. Yeah, I'm gonna show some vast improvements when you give your love to me. And you can trust that I'm a worthy recipient, and be assured I'll act responsibly. I'll treat it like a work of rare and priceless art when you give your love to me. So how's about it, girlfriend? Am I gonna have to twist your arm? Perhaps it's not the most original concept, but it has a kind of timeless charm. You'll have the little birds flying all around your head, and you'll gaze at me dreamily. Yeah, the whole world's gonna smile and wave when you give your love to me. And I will write you 100 sonnets. Every word will rhyme easily. And all your friends will be genuinely supportive when you give your love to me. I'm sick of hearing about sadness. I'm sick of violent crime. I'm sick of angry militant lesbian feminists. I'm sick of imperfect rhyme. I've always heard that we should love one another, and what a fine example we will be. Maybe we can start a trend or something when you give your love to me. And maybe then we'll get our friends together, and they'll all get along famously. I think that everyone will feel much better when you give your love to me. There'll be global peace and religious tolerance, all men as brothers in a world that's free. There'll be a perfect cosmic harmonic convergence when you give your love to me.
Kevin Gilbert at FM 101.9.
Thud, 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 thud.
I heard Marilee play that song the other day, and she said cynical? Yes.
No, it's a beautiful, naive song about love and how great the world would be and if everyone loved each other. That's not cynical.
Okay, see, that's how I look at that song.
Yeah.
The rest of your album, however, I think is cynical, but that
No.
song I thought had a very
No, the rest of my record is
quality to it.
depressed.
Is that what it is?
That was a hard time. I was dealing with the mid to late 20s emotional craziness that happens to me. I know it doesn't happen to everybody, maybe, but it happened to me. So we documented it on the Fine Thudding record.
It took a long time for this album to come out because the Toy Matinee record was released
91.
Was
yeah.
it 91?
Actually, I guess it came out late 90, and then
90.
we toured till 91. And I took about a year off to kind of figure out what I wanted to do. Toy Matinee was a large scale production, kind of on all counts. Everybody in the band was like the finest musicians we could find, and the whole thing was just big and expensive.
Right,
and I wanted to sort of like find a way to do something that would be a little more stripped down and honest and small and something I could control, because Toy Matinee just spun out of control really fast. So
We'll go back to that in a second. What are you doing tonight?
what am I doing tonight?
Sounds like a
A
proposition.
friend of mine's playing at the E-Bar in Pasadena.
Oh, I'm asking because it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Oh, I'm seeing you're asking about the Tuesday Music Club.
It was
We're not-
a clever way to get
I
into
see.
it.
We're
but
not. We're starting those in June. We just we took the month off because everybody wanted to take a vacation before we started. But we start the Tuesday Music Club record. What is it? June 8th or 10th or whatever the first Tuesday there is.
Okay, so let's back up a second.
All right.
All right. The Tuesday Music Club was a thing that you got together with a bunch of your buddies, David Bayerwald, who else?
Bill Sheryl, who had produced the Toy Matinee record, that's where I met him, used to have his studio next to mine in Pasadena, and we work on each other's songs. Actually, When You Give Your Love to Me, I wrote with Bill. And he was working on David Bayerwald's Triage record, and I was poking my nose in there, and we all just decided to get together on Tuesday nights and drink and talk about religion and politics, and maybe if the wind was blowing the right direction, we'd like write a song or something. And this went on for a couple months, and then people sort of started joining in. Dan Schwartz, the bass player that David knew, came down and started adding some low end to our songs. And then Brian McLeod, who had been the drummer from Toy Matinee, came and started adding funky, groovy things to the tunes. And we just sort of became a regular Tuesday festival of music making.
And during this, was this after Toy Matinee, after you finished touring, or was it?
Yeah, actually, this started about 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. It started about 93. We started getting together sort of summer of 93.
Because when you were on the road with Toy Matinee, that's the first time I ever heard of Sheryl Crow, because she was touring with you as your singer and your keyboard.
Background keyboard,
Right.
background vocals and keyboards on the Toy Matinee tour, which well, she doesn't talk about much now. And
No,
I was like,
no.
hey.
But so she, at your invitation, came and joined the Tuesday Music Club.
Right. We were sitting around and on one Tuesday evening and talking about how evolved we were as men. And then we kind of looked around the room and went, well, we have 5 white guys in a room talking about how evolved we are as men. So why don't we get a woman's perspective on religion and politics? So we called up Sheryl. And I was going out with her at the time. And I said, why don't you come down and lend an idea? So she came down, and actually the first night we got together, we did Leaving Las Vegas.
You just wrote it and recorded it that night?
That night, everybody just sat around and kind of did it.
And that's the version we hear on her record.
Yeah, almost exactly. I mean, near as I can tell, the same mix that we did that night too.
Wow.
It seems like almost exactly the same.
So you went on and recorded this whole album, which became Sheryl Crow's award-winning record.
Yeah, the 5 million selling Tuesday Night Music
So how
Club
much?
record.
But now you're a co-writer on most of the songs on the album.
Yeah.
Did you make a lot of money from it?
I'm still waiting to see those checks coming up. I don't know yet. It's weird when you get paid for writing a song. It's like 2 years behind.
Huh.
So I keep telling my landlord, next month I'll have the money next month. Come on, I was nominated for a Grammy. I'll have the money next month.
Well, you were nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Did you get any? Did you get a certificate or anything?
Yeah, I got a piece of paper that goes on my wall. It says I was nominated for a Grammy.
That's cool for song of the year. For All I Want to Do.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's.
So people come to my
fun.
house. I go, "Have you seen my nomination?
Grammy nomination.
Did
you
show you
go?
my find?" Oh yeah, actually, me and my girlfriend went, and I think we were probably the best dressed people at the Grammys. We went in full Edwardian funeral attire, so it was
That
beautiful.
keeps in keeping with the dark mood of Thud, maybe?
Yes.
Why don't you give us another taste of Thud? What Kevin Gilbert is up to these
Let me
days?
change this guitar here. I'll give you some of that cynicism you've been talking about.
Okay, is this the one I asked for?
Yes.
This is Goodness Gracious?
Yes.
From the album Thud. It's Kevin Gilbert live
gonna-
in the FM 101.9 Music
We're
Hall.
gonna make sure we're in tune just for a
We're
second.
gonna tune it
Are
up.
you there?
I don't know. Let me see here.
How are you? Yeah, we're good. Tuning's overrated, huh? All right.
That's quick.
This is Goodness Gracious. Goodness gracious, is there nothing left to say? When the ones get to keep looking are the ones that look away. It's pabulum for the sleepers in the cult of brighter days. The cult of brighter days. Goodness gracious, at the mercy of the crooks. We're broken stroking vegetables and there's way too many cooks. In every pot a pink slip, in every mouth a hook. In every mouth a hook. Goodness gracious, I'm not listening anymore. 'Cause the spooks are in the White House and they've justified a war. So wake me when they notify, we're gonna fight some more. We're gonna fight some more. Goodness gracious, not many people care. Concern is getting scarcer, true compassion really rare. I can see it on our faces, I can feel it in the air. Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious, my generation's lost. They burned down all our bridges before we had a chance to cross. Is it the winter of our discontent or just an early frost? Just an early frost. Goodness gracious, of apathy I sing. The baby boomers had it all and wasted everything. Now recess is almost over and they won't get off the swing. Won't get off the swing. Goodness gracious, we came in at the end. No sex that isn't dangerous, no money left to spend. We're the cleanup crew for parties we were too young to attend. Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious, we came in at the end. No sex that isn't dangerous, no money left to spend. We're the cleanup crew for parties we were too young to attend. Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious, my grandma used to say, the world's a scary place now, things were different in her day. What horrors will be commonplace when my hair starts to gray.
Kevin Gilbert in the Music Hall at
Thank you.
FM 101.9.
Oh, Chuck peeked his head around the corner. Chuck liked that one.
Chuck like that one.
Hey, Chuck.
Had sort of a toy matinee feel to it.
There you go.
Yeah, it was nice.
Actually, yeah, a few people let me know. They think, that's the kind of toy matinee song. So.
A lot of words.
Yeah, boy, we just keep spitting them out, huh?
You write songs with a lot of words. You jam a lot
I have so much to say.
A lot of lyrics in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is pretty cynical. Do you see hope?
Well, actually, I was trying to look at. I was looking at things about, people come to me and say, well, that song's like really kind of like against the baby boom generation or something. And what I was trying to talk about more was that every generation that comes up looks at the generation before it and complains and says, boy, we really have it lousy. And I don't know, I was hoping to sort of illustrate through the song that, everybody does that. Everybody kind of has it lousy and everybody has it great. Everybody has it about the same.
The line about where the cleanup crew for parties we were too young to attend jumped
yeah.
at me and says, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
So you were looking at the bright side of things.
Yeah,
while
exactly.
Everybody else
it's
might
pretty
be...
cynical, yeah. I mean, there's hope on the record. It isn't in that song.
Would you like to introduce your band members?
The
here?
other guy speaking is Russ Parrish, who's playing bass and singing, and then on hand drums and vocals is Nick DiVirgilio. And they are two of the other three members of the band.
And who's the third? Who's not
David
here?
Kersner, who couldn't be here this morning.
And he plays keyboards.
He plays keyboards.
And Russ usually plays guitar, and you play bass.
Yes. When we play live, I play bass, Russ plays guitar, and we're multi-instrumentalists.
Well,
And we're playing actually Thursday at the Troubadour.
Yes, you are.
Can I mention that?
Absolutely.
Can I plug my show?
Of course.
Thursday, June 1st, at the Troubadour at 10:30.
Okay. Now, a lot of people still ask whatever happened to Toy Matinee, and I was wondering if you ever heard the third Matinee record.
Yes, I did. Actually, Pat sent me a copy as soon as it was done.
Well, just in terms of history, Patrick Leonard was the other half of Toy Matinee.
Yeah, we were. Well, actually, Toy Matinee was really a band when we started out. It was 5 people sort of working out songs together in a room, kind of like Tuesday Music Club, actually. But what happened as soon as we got done with the record, contracts got thrown around and people had to sign their life away. And 3 of the 5 members decided they didn't want to sign their life away, so they left. And then it was just me and Patrick. And then the record came out, and Patrick is like a really well-known producer and a really busy producer, and he had to go to England to work on Roger Waters' record. And he was in England for like a year or something working on this. The whole time the record was like getting played on the radio. So I started to do promotion for the record without him, because our record company was telling us, you either promote this thing or we're going to drop you and never speak of Toy Matinee again.
This was late 1990.
Yeah, this is like 1990, 1991. So I went out and toured, and we got about 14 cities into the tour, and things were going actually pretty well. And Patrick decided, I guess, that he wasn't happy about the band doing well if he wasn't in it anymore. So some more contracts flew, and then there was no Toy Matinee anymore. So
but
it was ugly for a while, and a lot of lawyers made a lot of money on it. But in the end, I mean, we're still speaking.
So what did
we're still speaking.
What did you think of the third Matinee record?
I liked it. I always loved Richard Page's voice. I thought he was a great singer. I liked the first Mr. Mr. record. So.
And did you send Patrick a copy of Thud?
No, actually, I don't have his new address. He just moved to Colorado, and I was trying to figure out how exactly to do that. But we're getting played up there a lot, so he's probably heard it on the radio by now, I hope.
Terrific.
So.
All right, Kevin Gilbert is with us in the music hall. Can you share one more song?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me change guitars again. Hold that. Nicole, hold my guitar, would you please?
got it.
Wait, here.
Bang anything with it.
It's chaos in here.
Third guitar.
Well, I have these funny tunings,
Yeah.
My secret tunings.
It's a Joni Mitchell thing.
Yeah, exactly. Does she have a lot of guitars?
She has a lot of tunings.
Yeah. This song is called The Tears of Audrey. A good friend of mine died actually while I was making the record, and I was good friends with his mom as well, and this song I wrote about her.
Audrey's donning her black dress again, a dress she always plans to wear. It's over, she says it's softly over. I'm all alone. She does not listen to the eulogies. Gives no credence to her pain. From now on, I'm through with love. From now on, I will not love again. There are no hearts to mend. There are no prayers to send. There's no reasons why. There's no need to cry for the sadness of it all. There are no skies of blue. There are no dreams come true. And there is no care. Let the world beware. Should the tears of Audrey fall, she carefully polishes her heart of stone. She
deftly sculpts her feet of clay. I'm no one, and none can touch me, no one. It's easier this way. There are no hearts to mend. There are no prayers to send. Is it so unfair? Let the world beware. Should the tears of Audrey fall? Now she's shutting all her windows tight, and now she's closing all her blinds. How can I believe in light when darkness, it's all around? There are no hearts to mend. There are no prayers to send. There's no reasons why. There's no need to cry for the sadness of it all. There are no skies of blue. There are no dreams come true. Is it so unfair? Let the world beware. Should the tears of Audrey fall?
Pretty.
Thank you.
Kevin Gilbert and Thud. Couple of more quick questions.
Sure.
Is it true that the Tuesday Music Club did a record with Linda Perry?
Yeah, we just finished it up. Bill's actually mixing it, I think, as we speak. Linda Perry from Four Non
Four
Blondes.
Non-Blondes, right?
Really neat record. I actually think she's calling it Linda Perry with the Tuesday Night Music Club.
Cool.
Again.
So we'll be able to hear that soon?
I don't know. I think they were planning on a late September release. I mean, that's what I heard.
Okay. And then in
I don't know if
June...
I'm spilling the beans or not.
In June, no, well, we had heard rumors to
Okay.
the effect, so you just confirmed
Well-
it. And in June, just the guys, the Tuesday Music Club, the original?
Yeah,
members?
the five of us are going to get together and start recording and see what comes out.
And-
We're all pretty excited about doing music again. So
All right. And Kevin Gilbert's got Thud. The record is available in your local record stores,
Yes.
and you're playing Thursday night at the Troubadour.
yes, Thursday night at 10:30, the Troubadour.
All right. Kevin, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us in.